Now it's my serve, right? Right, Jan.
Hey, Dad, throw me a couple, will ya?
Okay, now watch the shot.
Here you are. Catch it.
A ping pong ball, a baseball, a basketball, a beach ball, and each one is a different size. When we say one is small or big, we are comparing sizes. We often compare sizes. Comparing things helps us tell which is bigger or smaller. And it's pretty easy to do when the things are all the same, like dolls or dogs or the balls we saw. It's easy to tell the size of the things we know. Are these 4 balls the same sizes as these 4? Well, all these are smaller. How did we tell? We compared the man's hand and the balls. Remember this ball? How about this? The girl's hand helped us see the size. Remember the baseball? How about this one? The boy's hand helped us see the size. Remember the basketball? How about this one? It's bigger, a lot bigger. Comparing it to the boy helps us see how big it is. Remember the beach ball? Compare it to the woman. Then compare this ball with the man. Comparing with a person does give us an idea of size, and it seems there's no end to what we call big or small. A lot depends on who is looking, and we aren't all the same size. It depends what size you are when you compare. We do that all the time.
Hey, Dad, not so hard. You put a twist on it.
What's the matter?
Wow, you really have control. How big are your hands?
That's it. I win. And I know why. You're bigger than I am. Oh, I'm not that much bigger. Let's see.
You're big enough to look after him. Now I'll be right back.
Small. Bigger. Biggest. Oh, no, now he's the biggest. Well, as we said, a lot depends on who is doing the looking and who is doing the comparing. Even if people are different sizes, it still helps when we compare people to things. How big? This helps. How big? This helps. Comparing things to people helps tell the thing's size. There's another thing to remember about size. Remember this? Looks very big here. Far away, looks pretty small, doesn't it? This rocket is only a few feet from us. This rocket is several miles from us. And it's very, very big. So, distance, how close things are or how far they are, also has to be remembered when we are deciding whether something is big or small. We know that from a rocket, we can get different views of our Earth as we move farther and farther away from it. This is how the Earth looks when we are 20,000 miles away. Is this another photo of the Earth? Nope. It's a picture of this bowling ball. Distance, how close or how far, affects how big or small something looks to us. Another bowling ball? Well, let's see. It's a marble, much smaller than the bowling ball. Remember, how far or how close makes a difference. The size doesn't change, but it may look smaller or bigger. A telephone pole. A pencil. Do they look the same size? Compared to the man, we know the telephone pole is big. The hand tells us that the pencil is small. We've learned that comparing things with a person helps us tell size. And it was a person's body that gave us another way of comparing. Long, long ago, someone decided that the width of a man's thumb could be used for measuring small things. It was called an inch. And the idea spread. And after a while, everyone agreed that every inch would be the same size. And in much the same way, it was decided that a foot could be used for measuring larger things. People's feet are different lengths, but it was agreed that every foot used to measure things would be the same size. And for measuring even larger things, it was decided to use a length from the tip of a king's nose to the end of his finger. And this length was called 1 yard. A yard is made up of 3 feet. A foot is made up of 12 inches. Every inch is the same length. The inch is called a standard unit. And every foot is the same length. A foot is a standard unit too. And so is a yard. Using a standard unit is a more exact way of telling how big or how small something is. You'll see inches and feet and yards being used. And sometimes you'll see other standard units being used. This is a meter stick. 1 meter is made up of 100 centimeters. But any standard unit you use is a more exact way of telling how big or how small something is.